Hello, this is Joe Petruska, and I'm going to show you a little bit about a program called Revo Uninstaller. Revo Uninstaller is a all-purpose uninstalling utility. It's more powerful than the built-in Windows uninstaller, so it does give you several options. When you first load the program, you'll see these options. You'll see the uninstaller option, the tools option, the options option, an option called Hunter mode. You're able to customize views to list or show details. You're going to see an uninstall option, refresh, auto update, help, or upgrade to Revo Uninstaller Pro. For our purposes, we're just going to stay with the portable free version, and it's really quite a powerful program. The nice thing about this is your first tab, uninstall. So if you have a program that you no longer wish to have on your computer, say, and you want to remove it, but you're really not sure where it is, or you're having some problems removing it, Revo Uninstaller gives you a very, very powerful uninstaller option. So the program right now I'm currently trying to eliminate is a program called Jing. So I can select Jing, and then you'll notice that up here the uninstall option actually became available. So if I want to just do a classic uninstall, I can just go ahead and select that right now. But Revo Uninstaller is much more powerful than that. Say I want to view its install location, or see what keys it has entered into the registry. It does give me options for that as well. So I can see exactly what resources this program is using. I can see exactly where it's installed if I'd like. It's really quite fantastic. Right now I'm just going to do a regular uninstall, but you could also do a forced uninstall or a remove entry. Removing entry is not going to uninstall the program, just merely remove it from your uninstall list. In general, I probably would not remove that unless you have already taken off a program and its entry still shows up in your uninstaller. Then you can go ahead and run that. Another cool feature is the option to search Google. So when I scroll over to Google, search at Google, I am presented with two options, Jing and TechSmith Corporation, TechSmith being the people that actually released Jing. Then I can also view some information about it, or I can look at other help menus. But right now I'm just going to do a regular uninstall. And Revo Uninstaller makes it very easy to do this. So we just do a full remove. And the nice thing about it, I don't know if you saw right down here at the bottom, but it actually popped up and told me that Jing is no longer going to load up its startup, and now it's removed. It does a nice, good, complete uninstall. It's now scanning for leftover information. And that's pretty much the uninstall option. The next option I want to show you is the tools option. Now, when you load the tools option, you're given three options. These are optimizations. You have Auto Run Manager, which will show me the programs that are launching on startup. Windows Tools, which will allow me to view some general system information, such as my network information, my security center, which would be my firewall settings, the system properties, your system information, which is a little bit more advanced version of system properties, your TCP/IP netstat, that's basically all your active connections, on-screen keyboard, disk defragmenter, services, shared folders, group policy, and add remove Windows components, which is not the regular add remove programs. It's actually the system components that can be customized. Another option is your junk files cleaner. Junk files cleaner will basically scan through your hard drives and find old files or temporary files, stuff that's taken up space on your computer that really doesn't need to be there. I will advise you, if you do run a scan on the junk files, it will take quite a bit of time. I ran it on mine before, and it took approximately 5 minutes to complete. So in the interest of time, I'm actually not going to run it right now. But we're going to look at the Windows tools a little bit more thoroughly. So the first thing I want to show you is the network information. When you load the network information, it's very similar to running ipconfig. So it shows you all your adapters, their addresses. It's actually pretty nice. Now, the other thing I'd like to show you is actually the netstat. Now, netstat will show you all the active connections on your computer. The computer I'm currently using is actually used as a media server for my home network. And you can see right now the programs that are currently active are a program called Dropbox. You can see iTunes is active, Air Video Server, several others. It's nice because this will actually auto-update while you're looking at it. Like, as you can see, it just keeps adding more and more entries to it. And what this is doing currently, it's actually syncing up files with some of the other computers I have in my network. You can see uTorrent is running now. All the active connections. It's really, really cool. The last thing I'd like to show you from this menu would really be the system information. System information gives you a more in-depth look at your computer. It tells you things like the manufacturer, the system type, your processor, your BIOS version, your page file. It's really, really cool. You know what? I'm actually going to show you one more thing. The add or remove Windows components. For a while, a lot of people asked me if this was actually removed from newer versions of Windows because they weren't able to find it. But what this option will allow you to do is add or remove features similar to the way like Windows XP would let you customize whether you installed Microsoft Messenger or Outlook, Express, or MSN or something like that. It's pretty cool. And the last thing would be the Auto Run Manager. Since I don't have a lot of programs running on startup, because I do use a program called Startup Delayer to incrementally time which programs start up, my entries are pretty empty. But this option is very, very similar to msconfig. And from here it'll allow me to run the process or remove the process. Just be very careful about what entries you remove, because if you remove something that is necessary for another program to run, your programs may fail to initialize. Now, if you're not from the United States or you would like to change your language, when you click the options, you're presented with several flags that you can use to customize your language, or you could just select whichever language you'd like to put it in. I'm going to put it into advanced mode so we can see a couple more settings. And then it just gives you the options for the uninstaller. So you can have it show system updates, show system components, enable something called fast loading mode, only run built-in uninstaller, make system restore point before uninstalling, which is always advised, and delete leftover files and folders from the recycle bin. Then you also have the junk files cleaner, which you can go through and customize the settings if you want to set specific folders or where you'd like to actually remove the junk files. If you'd like to just completely erase them or delete the files to the recycle bin. Now, one mode that's pretty cool is something called Hunter mode. And what Hunter mode will let you do is if you have a program on your computer that's running and you're really not sure where it's come from or how it got there or what processes are associated with it, you can come over here and run Hunter mode. Now, Hunter mode is actually going to minimize the window, but as you can see here on my desktop, I get this little blue crosshair. Now what I can do is I can then drag this crosshair over to any of the programs I have, and I can just let go, and it'll present me with a couple of options. It'll give me the option to uninstall it, stop it from starting up on startup. I can kill the current process. I can kill and delete the process. I can open the folder where the executable file is, or I can actually search Google for information about the program which I highlighted. I'm currently using AirVideo Server, so I'm not going to remove it. We will look at the properties real quick. And it just shows you the properties. You can scroll through them. It's nothing special. But the mode really is very cool, because if you have programs that you're not sure where they came from, or you didn't install them yourself, or you would just like to remove them and you're having a difficult time, Hunter mode will actually make it much easier. So if you want to just go back into Revo Uninstaller, it's going to minimize to your taskbar. You can just open it up right over here. And then we're presented with the same screen we started at. Revo Uninstaller does come in two versions. It has a portable version and an installed version. If you're using the installed version, you might want to come over here and run auto update. It looks now they'd actually like you to pay for it. So I'm just going to go ahead and cancel this. But one other thing it does give you is a help option. So if you click that, it'll open up a PDF file with a user manual on how to use Revo Uninstaller. So if there's anything here that I didn't cover, or if there's something you're not sure about, this is definitely a viable option. The last option would be Revo Uninstaller Pro. If you click this, it is going to open up the Revo website, because it's going to want you to actually purchase it. For our purposes, I'm not going to purchase it. But that is an option. And that about wraps up Revo Uninstaller. Thanks for watching.